The storyline deepens into a darker and more dangerous chapter as Mitch Bacall, truly Matt Clark beneath the false identity, begins moving from emotional manipulation to full-scale revenge. Sienna Bacall has already crossed an unforgivable line in his eyes. Her betrayal with Noah Newman wasn't just a moment of weakness. To Mitch, it was an insult, a humiliation, and the final confirmation that she dared to live a life independent of his control. Noah's accident, which looks more and more like a deliberate act rather than a tragic twist of fate, becomes the first domino in Matt's larger plan. He punished Noah first, but the betrayal that sparked it all came from Sienna, and in Matt's mind she still has to pay. Throughout the week of November 10th to 14th, Mitch makes it painfully clear that his revenge is far from complete. He reconnects with Detective Burrows, the corrupt cop who has been enabling him in the shadows for far too long. Burrows' latest assignment for Mitch is to get the guard away from Noah's hospital room, a subtle instruction that carries a dangerous implication. If the guard is removed, Mitch can walk right in and finish what he started. Noah is still vulnerable, recovering from injuries caused by the very man now plotting his next move. Sienna, meanwhile, has no idea that her husband is quietly escalating towards something far worse than threats. Nick Newman is the only person beginning to see the full pattern. He has already figured out the truth Mitch is hiding and knows exactly what Matt Clark has done in the past. The schemes, the manipulations, the crimes, the history of obsession and vengeance. Nick has no illusions about what a man like Matt is capable of. The more he watches Mitch move pieces around behind the scenes, the more convinced he becomes that Sienna and Noah are both in mortal danger. He is determined to take Matt down before the situation spirals into something irreversible. But even determination might not be enough when the threat is coming from someone who has planned revenge all his life. Nick's fears intensify when he walks in on Sienna and Noah kissing in Noah's hospital bed. What he sees confirms everything he has been trying to understand. Sienna and Noah aren't victims of chance. They have been involved emotionally, and that involvement is exactly what triggered Matt's rage. Once he confronts them, he makes it clear how much danger they've invited onto themselves. He has to spell it out for them, not in anger but urgency, that they are dealing with a man capable of murder, a man who nearly killed Noah already and won't hesitate to strike again. For the first time, Sienna begins to realize she does not know the man she married. The charming, mysterious Mitch Bacall is a disguise, and the real person underneath is someone she never would have let into her life willingly. Sharon Newman also becomes entangled in the danger as she pushes Mitch to admit who he really is, giving him less room to hide behind the Mitch persona. Her knowledge threatens him, and any threat to Matt Clark is something he meets with retaliation. This means Noah is not the only target. Anyone who stands in the way of his vengeance becomes expendable. As Sharon pieces together more of the truth, she will naturally be pulled into the same danger that Sienna and Noah are facing. With Noah still recovering from what could easily be considered attempted murder, Nick has to prioritize protecting his son. But the situation becomes a race against time the moment Matt decides it's time for Sienna to pay her price. If he manages to get to her first, there's no telling how far he will go. Matt may attempt to intimidate her, threaten her, or even physically harm her to prove that no one betrays him without consequences. The fear is that he might do more than rough her up. He might try to eliminate her completely just as he intended to eliminate Noah. This is where Nick's instincts kick in. Despite the betrayal he just witnessed, despite the chaos unfolding, he refuses to let Sienna face Matt's wrath alone. He knows that she is in way over her head with a man she never truly understood. He also knows that Matt is not someone who gives warnings. He delivers punishments. And so Nick becomes the one person standing between Sienna and a deadly trap designed by the husband she thought she could trust. When everything comes to a head, it appears Nick will arrive just in time. He will manage to get Sienna out before Matt can execute whatever plan he has waiting for her. And once he realizes Matt is ready to go after Noah again as well, he will take steps to ensure both his son and Sienna are removed from the danger zone simultaneously. This becomes a defining moment, the point at which Nick steps up as the protector for both of them, pushing them towards safety before Matt can strike again. In the end, it looks like the only reason Sienna survives what Matt had planned is because Nick intervenes just in time. He not only saves her life but also gets Noah to safety before Matt can finish his revenge. Sharon may still play a part in keeping Noah shielded from Matt's reach, but in this moment, Nick emerges as the one who prevents Sienna's fate from mirroring Noah's near-death experience. The trap was deadly and Matt fully intended for Sienna to fall into it. But Nick Newman becomes the final barrier between her and the man she married, a barrier strong enough to save her life.